Ladies and gentlemen, it is the world's wokest warrior, primitive-sided, toxic fanboy aligned with the like-minded, Tony Tone Deaf rockin' with you. I want to welcome one and all to the Clown World Review. How is everybody out there doing? It's been a minute, but we are back, and we are back reviewing some of these retro tunes from your childhood and mine. I'm looking forward to that. We have some big projects in the works. I can't wait to reveal a little more to you guys, but just stay tuned, and if you haven't, hit that subscribe button. Make today the day you join the Clown World Review, the worst channel on YouTube, and we can all bow our head in shame together. Let's jump into today's episode. What have we got? Masters of the Universe, Season 1, Episode 1, The Diamond Ray of Disappearance. Now, this episode was written by Robbie London and directed by Luzakor, which, that sounds like it could be a villain name, right? Luzakor. Maybe that's just me. Original air date for this episode was September 5th, 1983. The series begins at Snake Mountain, where Beastman and Skeletor celebrate obtaining the final Diamond Ray of Disappearance in existence. Skeletor orders Beastman to activate the transport beam so that he may call on Merman, the Warlord of Water, Evil Lyn, the Sorceress of Night, Triclops, Master of Vision, and Trapjaw, Wizard of Weapons, to join he and Beastman at Snake Mountain. Skeletor informs his warriors that he now has the means to conquer Eternia and destroy He-Man with the Diamond Ray of Disappearance. The gang is skeptical until Skeletor demonstrates that any being that lays eyes on the Diamond Ray of Disappearance is exiled into another dimension, and that will be He-Man's fate. We now meet the protagonists of the series, with Orko performing magic tricks that leave Man-at-Arms a little over easy. Do you guys get it? Adam makes meme history laughing at Man-at-Arms, but it is short-lived when Trapjaw arrives to stir trouble. King Randor abides by Teela's request to stop Trapjaw, while wishing his own son acted a little more like a prince. And this is because Adam calls Cringer to his side and explains that with the attack going on, this is no place for either he or Cringer. Trapjaw is flying around on his little Skydoo, blowing up parts of Eternia as Teela and her men meet the bad guy head-on. The scene switches to Adam leaving the palace and telling Cringer that He-Man and Battle-Cat are about to make an appearance. So the two transform into their respective counterparts and rush off to give their friends a hand. Back with Teela, she lands a few shots on Lockjaw's craft, sending him crashing to the ground as he calls for Skeletor's help. Skeletor, still at Snake Mountain, laughs it off and says to the others that Trapjaw has served his purpose. Skeletor explains, with Teela and the guards distracted, that there is no one to stop him and his henchmen from reaching the royal palace. Back with Teela, she attempts to capture Trapjaw and ends up bringing him a sandwich. He-Man arrives just in time. Our hero grabs Trapjaw's shaft with both hands and goes to town, before literally throwing Lockjaw the hell out of town. He-Man is on to Skeletor and informs Teela that he believes they were lured away from the palace for a reason, so they need to get back there immediately. Back at the palace, Man-at-Arms and Orko spot Zoar, the sorceress who communicates telepathically to Man-at-Arms that Skeletor is in the palace at this very moment, but it's too late. Skeletor and crew have arrived in the throne room, and Zoar is powerless away from Castle Grayskull. King Randor calls for his guards, but they've all been taken out except for one. With Man-at-Arms easily subdued, Skeletor directs the Diamond Ray of Disappearance at Zoar, making the sorceress vanish into thin air, and then the ray is used on King Randor, Queen Marlena, and Man-at-Arms, and they disappear as well. Outside of the palace, He-Man is getting ready to take out a legion of robot knights, but Orko arrives just before and updates He-Man on everything that has happened. He-Man names the lost Diamond Ray of Disappearance as the culprit to Skeletor's madness. He tells Orko to find Teela, Ram Man, and Stratos, and to wait in the woods outside of Castle Grayskull. He-Man then heads to Castle Grayskull to communicate with the Sorceress in an attempt to reverse the Diamond Ray's effects. Zoar informs He-Man that he must destroy the Diamond Ray of Destruction to reverse all of the damage it has already caused. He-Man believes Skeletor will come for Castle Grayskull next, so he and Battle Cat arrange a little welcoming party. And just in time, because Skeletor and his henchmen soon arrive at the castle, and after a little bit of effort, they are able to force the drawbridge down, but He-Man is at the ready. He-Man takes out Beastman and Merman, but is soon outnumbered by the Robot Knights and Evil Lyn. Teela confronts and battles Evil Lyn, while He-Man clears out the Robot Knights. While Stratos is flying around doing something I don't really know, and it doesn't seem like the writers put much effort into the character in this episode, I'm kind of wondering why he's in it, but let's keep moving. So, Skeletor is laying in wait for He-Man to come into the proximity of the Diamond Ray. And with He-Man distracted by the Robot Knights, Triclops is able to sneak up and put He-Man in a chokehold. Our hero struggles a little bit in the chokehold, but Ram Man soon appears and takes out the Knights. And see, this is what I mean with Stratos. He's just kind of flying around. I think he wrapped somebody up in a blanket or something. You couldn't even see who he was wrapping up. But then you have Ram Man over here like an alpha male. He's not flying around. He's not a pussy. No, Ram Man is on the ground. He takes out the Robot Knights and directly helps He-Man, who now breaks free of Triclops' grip, and He-Man finally approaches Skeletor. So thank you, Ram Man. Thank you for not being a pussy like Stratos. And do you even deserve a cool name like Stratos? Think about that. That's a badass name, and you're wrapping blankets around unnamed villains. Fuck that. Ram Man 2024, straight up. So now in front of Skeletor, the Stalfos himself activates the Diamond Ray of Disappearance, but it is quickly deflected by the Sword of Power, and on the way back, the beam narrowly misses Skeletor. The Diamond Ray of Disappearance is dropped down a crevice, and Skeletor distracts the hero before he can grab the diamond by creating a rock monster, and He-Man just punches the shit out of it, and that's over, I guess. So He-Man runs over to the crevice, he powers it open and jumps down there. Everybody's wondering, where's He-Man? Even the villains are like, what is this guy doing? But He-Man recovers the diamond, and when he's trying to crush it, he disappears, and this part's a little weird, okay? The guy supposedly disappears into this next dimension. You can see him in the mirror at Castle Grayskull, where He-Man was actually talking with the Sorceress earlier, who was banned to this dimension. But I guess by the power of Grayskull, I don't know, he was able to smash the diamond eventually, and it reversed all the effects. His friends were back, his family was back, and Skeletor's pissed off. He swears to get revenge on He-Man and his family and takes off back towards Snake Mountain. Meanwhile, back at the palace, the heroes BS a little, and then the show ends kind of weird. I don't know if they were going for a joke, but it fell real flat. So, best part of the episode now. He-Man comes on with his little advisory at the end of every episode, and he informs us that in this episode, Skeletor was looking for a shortcut. A quick way to get ahead of everyone else in life, but it does not work that way, Skeletor. No. The people who succeed are the ones who work for it. Don't sell yourself short. The right way is the best way. They are not pop culture. They are agenda. We are pop culture. Everybody, thank you for tuning in to the first Motu Monday Masters of the Universe review. I don't know if it'll be every Monday. I'm too inconsistent. I'm trying, guys. I am trying. So maybe we can make Motu Monday a thing, right? We've got some more on the way. Here's a little sneak peek. I just finished scripting out Episode 1, Season 2 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That is on its way soon. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, they are not pop culture. They are agenda. We are pop culture. I'll see all of you soon. Thank you.